I'm feeling more grounded, more rested. More in my body. So that was a nice intersection. So we are going to be doing a bit of the rosy cross work on our personal egg. So how we had the central column tower, which is what we just built with our DNA, we will be closing our eyes and we will be calculating microcosms of that. We will need to create a number of those microcosms, but first, let's build that central column and minimize it maybe at 30%, get 30% smaller, and on the four corners of your personal self. So now we're building the outward spirit component of the body. So go ahead and calculate that and get that tower built. So if your egg, just imagine if your egg, let's just say those towers will be a few feet away from you in each direction. And they will go as high, or the top part of the pyramid will still situate on the downslope of the egg. Now, if we were smart, I don't know if we're smart, but we'd situate it at the bagua. So we'd have I believe the bagua is 8-sided. That's a soul star. So we'll have one on each corner, but we will also have one to the front, one to the back, one to the right, and one to the left. Cross. So we will now have eight posts. Now, if you're having trouble visualizing it, we're just pretending like we're knowing exactly what we're doing right now. Set the intention for those 8 posts for the egg to be there. Well, it goes 9 worlds up and down, but it's 11. It's 11 worlds. Because we include Wa and Pedal. Now we're at 11. And then you have the little triangle at the bottom. Going up and down. So then we have color match Bria, color match Absolute, color match OA, color match Wa. And then, oh wait, we didn't even do the colors for Wa. So just imagine it. And then we're gonna imagine color matching Yatsura. And we're gonna color match. So you're gonna start to notice that the main colors come in much bigger through the central column, which is where your body is, because all the towers are shrunk, or shrunk down at least 30 to 40%. And then we do the same level of microcosmic work on each tower. So we do another miniature tower. And then we put a ring of shrunken down. These might be much more shrunken down. Of 8. It's easier to do it when you see the 8 new towers around the North Pole. And then the 8 new towers then reflect onto the South Pole. Around the South Pole. And then the 8 new towers on the East Pole, and then the 8 new towers on the West Pole. And then on the Southwest, Southeast, Northwest, Northeast poles, those will go in an autofill. Now we also might want to do the color matching for Asaya, and then the color matching for Aya, for the O, for Uh-oh, and then for Oko, and then the gray matter color matching for Beetle. Now this egg feels different because it doesn't feel ginormous like your home is gonna be, right? The home temple feels huge. This temple is your internal, it's like, yeah, this is just where my body is, you know, and the ground I walk on. Still feels huge, as in it's like 3 stories up and 3 stories down, but that's the extent of the egg. Like, because you're the yolk, you're the central column. Okay, so now we're gonna define where our yolk is gonna be, and if you want to pick 1 world versus 3 worlds, that's your choice. I'm gonna do the 3 worlds that I most operate out of for my yolk, and that's gonna be Asaya, Yetzirah, and Aya. And that's gonna be my yolk. So from that component, I do a secondary DNA chain link where whatever we did for the first 4, I do another one, another microcosm of it, and I shrink it down to fit in the spine, repeated throughout these 3 worlds. That way, my Aya self knows that it's not my lower self. Which is kind of embarrassing. Oh, that's my lower self. I don't need to take care of that. That's humiliating. That's like telling my higher spiritual body, telling my physical body it doesn't need to take care of it because it's the lower self. Now, once you do this, it will operate like a sense of silence around your brain and your body. Man, does my head feel clear and good. The level of psychic interference and chatter with when I was beginning this Kabbalah class versus now is down to like 20%. That's a significant change. To cut 80% of the psychic noise in my brain and the thoughts in my head. Every single schizophrenic or mental disease patient on the planet that is taking medication to quiet the mind, for a 2-year reduction of 80%, that's a miracle. That's a miracle healing. It took a lot of excruciating pain to get there, at least for me. But I did the hard work for everyone. That shows a level of discipline and okay, so with our yoke, we start to feel our yoke begin to set. Now, you don't have to choose these worlds. You may be inclined, like if you're a Ravenclaw, let's say, you might be more inclined to choose the higher worlds for your yoke. Okay? Or the lower ones. I'm gonna be like a Malcolm in the middle, like I'll just where I'm at physically, the one above and the one below. That's pretty basic and simple. Maybe someday, maybe for my Ravenclaw egg, I will do the ones that are lower. For mine. And then offer a healing to even lower selves. Okay, so around the yoke. Oh, first we need to go deep in. So from the top of the egg or from the top of the central column, we will be sending out the wire metal braids up, up, up to reach for the stars in the heavens, to plug into at least 3 different spheres of light. And then those find more, another 3 spheres of light each. So then we're looking for another 9 spheres, and then another 27 spheres. And then 81 spheres. And then we have 243 spheres to look for, at least. So it's iterations outward that go exponentially. And they plug into them. So we're at 243 times 3 is what? 729 spheres. So we're looking for the universal arrangements. We're attuning to the intergalactic systems when we keep going up that high. And then we plug in another few more iterations. So from 729, let's do the math on that. That's 2100. Oh no, 29 times 3 is 90 minus 3, 87. So 2187, 2,187 spheres, and then that times 3. That, we'll just say 7,000, and then that times 3, 21,000. There we go, just quick, easy numbers. So now we're at 21,000. That's the close to the holy number of 2736 dimensional frequency grid. So that's where we're at. And so we do the same thing going below. So from the bottom. So that's Sora level at 2736, 21,000. So we go Earth Star, and then Earth Star of Earth Star is another 3, 9, and then Earth Star of Earth Star of Earth Star becomes 27. And it spreads out in roots. And then keep going. Iteration after iteration. '27 goes to 81. 81 goes to 243. $243 goes to 720. I don't remember. 729. $29 goes to, I'll just say 2,100, and then we go to 7,000, and then we go to 21,000. And when we're at 21,000 in the ground, we're good. Now, all of those light balls we were connecting to and plugging into, now they come and they fall in a pyramid format. We created the pyramid. As we were going up, we're also creating the pyramid around our egg and around all our towers, all of them. The north, south, east, and west towers. Oh, but look. The towers of those other towers next to them, like the southwest, east. So we bring those in so we can create the octahedron pyramid around us. I would prefer you to do it. You can do it whichever way you want. With the pyramids, front, back, or it can be at that feels actually more stabling and human. I don't know why. So you can have the southwest, southeast, northwest, northeast towers be the main points around your egg structure. And then the north comes in, and the south comes in, and the east and west come in to align to this tower module. So it might shrink them, and that's okay. Somebody said they were just doing 2 octahedrons, one overcasing the other, and that's good too. That offers a point of stability and continues the soul star pattern. So you have to understand, here in GEBURAH, we're operating off a soul star level. So the 8-point rosy cross egg would be where we're at. Make sure the metal braids are going. So if you're going to do 2 octahedrons, you do it where one is an actual solid octahedron braiding at the seam, and then the other is the other octahedron braiding at that seam. And so you have intersecting highways of... Now, all of those lights that were collected now fall over to the edge and the top of your octahedrons. And the same thing from the bottom. And so you now have a giant double octahedron, like a twisted octahedron, filled with Christmas lights, earth lights, and above lights. And let those Christmas lights continue. Now, you're going to get an octahedron to go around your yoke. Now this might just be one octahedron instead of a double octahedron. And it might create a double octahedron. Who knows? Mine goes in between a single and a double, and I don't understand which one I'm choosing. That's the reality. So I have that. Now over my yoke octahedron, I'm layering the Protego Totalum mesh. And then over the double octahedron with the Christmas lights, I'm creating a Protego Totalum mesh. I'm pretending to do one on another so that those meshes are perfectly aligned and not floundering like the Christmas lights are. Those Christmas lights are the new intelligences coming in to offer magics from other star systems and higher divine planes, or old magic from the planet, or connection to the trees and the earth realms. So deeper, maybe the ability to talk to a bee. or understand what it's thinking and why. Maybe understand what a dragon is thinking and why. Wow, I finally feel like I'm coming back to myself. Don't start wars with a dragon. Bad idea. Lacks wisdom. Okay, so the second octahedron also gets the Protegototalum sludge mesh on the top and the bottom. So what I usually see it like is, let's pretend that this is our pyramid, right? So it's like a Protegototalum sludge mesh on this side, on this side, on, oh, here's another Protegototalum mesh that goes on that, on all four faces going down. And then on the reverse, let's say we have another pyramid here. Where are my pyramids? Man, this is awful. I just need a pyramid just for fun. It's on the face of it. Okay, now we're gonna throw on the salviohexia goo right around the yolk. Now, this one's not as so much on around the octahedra. It kind of turns into like a round figure, mostly because it's like honeycomb, so it fills in the gaps. Now around the yolk, it's the yellow salviohexia, the honey-colored salviohexia. And you might have a dragon come in and drop the dragon yolk inside of your yolk. And right now I'm like in a space of peace and serenity with really with barely even trying. When you do your real work, it's like after you do 5,000 push-ups, push-ups are nothing. It's that. Or doing a front handspring is nothing. So when you're properly conditioned and you've done the legitimate work, it feels effortless to get to a space of enlightenment or serenity. If you haven't cleaned out your systems properly, you have to like leave your body and shut down your brain and like a computer instead of, oh, this is my intention. Okay, so I have both the salviohexia around the yolk, but I also have it around the outside master egg. I'll call it the soul star egg, but it's the master. Charlie says he doesn't want to do any more for today, so the last thing we'll do is just put the Fianto Duri spell on it to seal it up around the yolk. And then we'll put the Kali pink on it. Maybe I'll see painted stripes going down the middle, or going down vertically around the yolk. I see fairies drawing it into it like it's creating tiger stripes. And creating like zigzags with it. All right. And then on the external master of the egg, purple Fianto Duri grape jelly. So we're going to sit with this for a day. Let it gestate. Tomorrow we will create the 2 other shells, 2 other layers, and then we'll begin to weave in the elements. The dimensions. And then, oh, you know what? Because those will go quick. Elements, the dimensions, and the lotus for the Gryffindor magic. Gryffindor Seraphim magic. It's going to be the Seraphim lotus. Bye! Collie Wren, out.